Tokyo, a city that never truly sleeps, 37 million people, living, breathing, trusting. Japan has one of the lowest crime rates on the entire planet, a place where people leave their wallets on cafe tables and come back to find them untouched, a place where safety is not just a feeling, it is a way of life. But on the night of December the 30th, 2000, something entered a quiet family home in the Setagaya ward of Tokyo. Something that had no name, no face, and to this day, no justice. This is the story of the Miyazawa family, and it is the most chilling, unsolved murder case in the history of Japan. Picture a perfect family: a father, a mother, a daughter, a son. Mikio Miyazawa, 44 years old, a hardworking man, devoted husband, loving father. His wife, Yasuko, 41, warm, kind, the heartbeat of her home. Their daughter, Nina, 8 years old, bright eyes, a whole life ahead of her. And their son, Ray, just 6 years old. 6. They lived in a modest house in Kamisoshigaya, a quiet, peaceful neighborhood in Setagaya Ward, the kind of street where neighbors wave good morning, where children play outside without fear. It was New Year's Eve, the most celebratory night of the year in Japan. The Miyazawa family had no idea that they would never see the sunrise. Sometime after 11 p.m., a figure entered the Miyazawa home. We do not know how. We do not know why. What we do know is what happened inside. Ray, the youngest, was the first to die. He was 6 years old. He was strangled. Mikio, Yasuko, Nina, stabbed to death. A father, a mother, an 8-year-old girl, gone in a single night. But here is where this case stops being just a tragedy and becomes something that will make your skin crawl. The killer did not run. After murdering an entire family, he stayed. He walked through the house, past the bodies, and sat down at Mikio's computer. He used it for hours. He opened the refrigerator, he took out ice cream, and he ate it. In the same home where 4 people lay dead. He left saliva on the ice cream cup, on a drinking glass. Then he walked upstairs, used the family bathroom, and did not flush. He left behind traces of what he had eaten: string beans, sesame seeds, the meal of someone ordinary, someone unremarkable, someone who had just slaughtered a family of 4 and then treated their home like a hotel. He stayed for hours, moving through that house in the darkness, before finally, sometime before dawn, he walked out the front door and disappeared. The morning of December the 31st, New Year's Eve, Yasuko's mother, Haruko, lived next door. She hadn't heard from her daughter. She knocked on the door. No answer. She stepped inside and found them, all 4 of them. The scream that left that house that morning shattered the quiet Setagaya street forever. Police arrived within minutes, and what they found inside that home left veteran officers speechless. This is the part that makes criminologists around the world shake their heads. The killer left behind an extraordinary amount of evidence, fingerprints everywhere, his DNA on the ice cream cup, on the glass, in the bathroom, his blood, multiple spots throughout the house, his clothes. He had changed into Mikio's clothing before leaving, abandoning his own blood-stained outfit at the scene, a hip bag, 2 handkerchiefs, a Buddhist statue found near the house months later, a Jizo Bodhisattva, considered in Japanese culture to be a guardian of dead children. Police had his fingerprints, his DNA, his clothing, his face captured on a nearby security camera. Grainy, but there. They had more evidence than most detectives see in an entire career. And yet, They had no name, no arrest, nothing. Japan mobilized like never before. 280,000 police officers have worked this case. 280,000. More than 16,000 pieces of information flooded in from the public. Police distributed wanted posters. They displayed a mannequin dressed in clothing similar to what the killer wore. Every single year, on the anniversary of the murders, officers return to Seijo Gakuen-mai train station and hand out flyers. Still searching, still hoping. A reward of 20 million yen was offered, the largest criminal reward in Japanese history, and still nothing. The DNA was run through every database available. No match. The fingerprints, checked against millions of records. No match. Theories flooded in from across the world. Some investigators believe the killer was foreign, possibly from outside Japan, which would explain why his DNA and fingerprints matched nothing in the Japanese national database. An investigative journalist even claimed the killer was a former South Korean military operative, hired as a contract killer because the Miyazawa family had refused to sell their land. But it was never proven. It remains speculation. Let us go back inside that house for a moment, because the details of what the killer did are what make this case impossible to forget. He murdered 4 people, including 2 children, and then he relaxed. He browsed the internet on a dead man's computer. He ate from a dead family's refrigerator. He sat in their home for hours, in the dark, surrounded by the people he had just killed. What kind of person does that? What level of coldness? What level of detachment from every human instinct allows someone to do that? Nobody knows. And that is perhaps the most terrifying thing of all. We have his DNA. We have his fingerprints. We have traces of his meal. We know his blood type. We know roughly what he looked like. And we still do not know who he is. This case changed Japan forever. Before the Setagaya murders, Japan had a statute of limitations on murder, 15 years. After 15 years, no matter what evidence emerged, a killer could walk free. The Miyazawa case became the central argument for abolishing that law. In 2010, Japan removed the statute of limitations on murder entirely, meaning no matter how many years pass, the Setagaya killer can still be prosecuted, still be brought to justice if they are ever found. Mikio's mother, 94 years old, still alive, still waiting, still hoping that before she closes her eyes for the last time, she will hear a name.